So we're here today. I'm ignoring my wife. We're here today to learn something about monkey. And there's this hilarious TikTok channel that replies to other political TikToks that I see. And a guy says something stupid, and then a guy adjusts his glasses, and he go, monkey grab stick. Really big, and he's explaining the political point like he's talking to an idiot, but using monkeys. And it's fantastic.
Is that what we're here to watch today?
No, we're here to watch terrifying truths about chimps.
So just to be clear, I said hello to you.
Yes.
And you ignored me.
Right.
To talk about a video or a type of video.
Right.
That we are not here to watch today.
You are on the right track. There's no gaslighting you off that.
Kiss my face and tell me hello. You've never bought me one of those t-shirts
because
before.
They're tacky. Let's get into it. Casual Geographic with my wife. Let's go.
The world's scariest animals just got a whole lot scarier. And Planet of the Apes is slowly becoming non-fiction. Because apparently chimpanzees are out here murking gorillas. Scientists in 2021 witnessed a troop of chimpanzees basically jumping a family of gorillas. And when I say gang, we're talking about almost 30 chimps pressing a family of 5.
Sense.
Keep in mind a silverback can weigh up to 400 pounds and could probably bench press your car. And according to witnesses, the silverback was eating chimps left and right like they were paper mache. But eventually the chimps overwhelmed the bigger silverback and even kidnapped a baby gorilla. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they did, but that family of 5 became a party of 4.
Oh no!
So what did they do?
Yeah, that's clear. That's a beef situation, right?
What did they do? Like, what happened? They was in their hood, disrespecting their space? Because I thought silverback gorillas were really just like in my area chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe the chimps are just fucking like the Hell's Angels back in the day. I'm going to just take some shit.
And it wasn't even the last time. Because later that year, scientists watched the same group of chimpanzees do the same exact thing. Square up with a family of gorillas, kidnapped a baby, and erase its name from the gorilla census. And it's not like we didn't know chimps were about that. They often hunt bush babies and vervet monkeys, and we've even seen them use weapons like spears to do it.
What?
But it's one thing to hunt something that
that
weighs like 5 Skittles.
Right.
Going gorillas is another tier of Black Air Force activity. Which is why I'd rather be locked in a room with a jaguar than a chimp. Because at least a jaguar gonna make it quick. That's exactly right. Chimpanzees have been known to hunt using spears, and the way they do it...
That's exactly what you just said.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Get ready to have your mind blown.
Is not pretty. So what you gotta remember is these sociopaths share about 98% of their DNA with us, and they have more in common with humans than just thumbs. They're part of the special class of animals that can create and use tools, and chimps are probably the best at it. They'll take twigs, stick them in mounds, and literally go fishing for termites. They'll use stones as hammers to crack open nuts, and it's actually a lot harder than it looks. They'll use leaves as sponges to drink water, sticks to steal honey from bees. Some have even been seen making and using stone flakes, which are really close to what early humans used to make back in the day.
Yep.
Wow.
But yeah, chimps also use spears by breaking off a stick, sharpening one end with their teeth, and then shoving it into the hollow part of a tree trunk. Cause they know that's where bush babies sleep. Scientists watched them stab bush babies and force them out of their hiding spot in trees, where they proceeded to tear them apart and eat them alive. So
Well, that part we didn't need to hear, did we? But I guess now I know it, and I can't unknow it.
Chimps were herbivores.
Omnivores.
Omnivores, but like mostly fruits.
It's like the Omnitrix from Ben 10. Not one alien, all the aliens.
Okay.
Never seen Ben 10?
No.
What does he say? Getting lit. And he smacks the fucking watch.
Is that what he says?
I don't know. He says something. I just made up a phrase. I don't know what the fuck. He says some shit. Then he always picks the wrong alien.
don't actually yeet the spear the way
How can there be a wrong alien?
Okay, so like say you're fighting a big acid monster, and you have an alien that has crystals that would not be affected by acid.
Right.
He accidentally slaps the thing. He gets the alien that bounces a lot. Or the alien with 4 arms. That nigga's useless. Or the alien that can control electricity or electronics. Yeah. And all that's available is a light switch. He's like, guess we're fucking running.
Okay.
Yeah. Great show.
I've never seen that show in my life.
Ben 10's fantastic. Here we go.
a lot of people probably thought, but they're proceeded to tear them apart and eat them alive. So they don't actually yeet the spear the way a lot of people probably thought, but they're definitely too smart for everyone else's good. Also, fun fact, out of all the animals I've talked about, a chimp was probably the closest to ending my entire way of life. But that's a story for another video.
What?
All right,
Wait, no, you can't.
Whoa. Oh, he's putting them in order now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I might watch a lot more of these. He usually just puts a... What's the word? Starts with an A. Amalgamation of videos that he pukes out of his ass and then just posts it on YouTube. And we got to guess the fucking order. Nice, going 1, 2, 3.
I think there's another word for puking out of your ass. That you could
I
have used.
don't think I want to use it. I like what I said better.
Okay.
So here's a story of how a chimpanzee nearly ended my entire way of life. So this was in Senegal, that little country right there. I was visiting for a couple months, and me and some family decided to go to a zoo that, looking back, was way too rundown to be called an actual zoo. The only thing separating the chimps from the general public were prison bars that were wide enough to stick your hand through. And before you even think it, no, I did not stick my hand into the chimp cage. I was
Man, that's what I thought you did. Please.
7, but I wasn't stupid. Now, if you wanted to see stupid, you'd have to look at the people around us. But some of them thought it'd be funny to throw things inside the chimp enclosure. Not to like hurt it, but I guess to scare it. Either way, nobody in that zoo was winning an award. Especially when someone started tossing rocks in there.
Why?
Yeah, let the stupidity marinate. I just remember watching the chimpanzee just sit there and take it. Until the people ran out of rocks. It wasn't until the chimpanzee started picking the rocks up that the people realized just what they did.
Yeah, it's like playing dodgeball, but now you got no more fucking balls.
They just gave an animal with thumbs and no regard for anything human ammo. So yeah, as you'd expect, the chimp started fastballing the stones back at the crowd, and all we could do was run and take cover. And I vividly remember crouching behind a bench, and when I got up, a rock flew past not more than 4 inches past my right eye. I was really just bad luck away from either doing this video with a glass eye or not doing this video at all. Look, you can say size matters all you want, but 4 inches made a difference that day. This picture might look...
That was good. I'm glad you wrote that, because I just made a joke about grabbing your beans and your weens that was not very much appreciated. Also made a Dragon Ball Z reference, talking about dragging my balls across your face. And my wife didn't appreciate that one either. But somehow he fucking does it with his fancy fucking turned hat. And my wife's all over that shit. What the fuck is the difference? My ball jokes are hilarious. And I make them so quick, it just come out of my brain. Like splooge, but of comedy. That wasn't a joke, just a bad comparison. Why are you laughing and not responding to this rant? Answer me, damn it. I'm serious. I just can't yell that loud because I went running. I have allergies. You can't tap out of this one.
Your jokes are bad and poorly timed.
They're great. They have excellent timing. We'll put it to a vote. My joke's bad and poorly timed? I don't think so. I think they have fantastic timing. Maybe not the appropriate place, but the timing is immaculate.
Okay, the timing is fine.
Yeah.
But the placement is bad.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it should not be in that location. I'll agree to that.
Okay.
All right. That's the difference between low-hanging fruit and the risk of a genius. You know what I'm saying?
Or is this another ball joke?
Let's just move on. I'll get it to you later. I'll get it when you least expect it. It's not funny when you...
look cute, but it's actually one of the most disturbing things you'll ever see. I'm about to tell you one of the most messed up stories you've never heard of. So this guy, Dr. Kellogg, had the question I'm sure all of us have had at least once.
Yes, Kellogg. You heard that right.
Like cornflakes.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same guy.
Oh, okay.
What would happen if you raised a human without teaching it a language or having it around any other humans? Like a nature versus nurture kind of thing. It's one thing to think it, it's another to be on CPS's watch list. So this guy had a human son, Donald, that he raised with a female chimpanzee he adopted named Gua. So he treated 10-month-old Donald and 7-month-old Gua the same in ways that would have had CPS, PETA, and the Geneva Convention pulling up.
Yeah, this is highly unethical. Let's see what happened.
The experiment was weird. He would tap on both of their heads with a spoon just to hear the differences in the sound of their skulls. He would purposely make loud noises and provoke them just to see who would react first. At one point, he even spun Donald around on a high chair until he started crying.
Wait, why did he do those kind of tests? Why is that where this went? Why did he do any of that?
It got really dark really fast, especially when the human Donald started acting like his surrogate chimp sister, walking on all fours, being overly aggressive, and even biting people. It's a shame the Pikachu meme didn't exist back then. Donald would bark like Gua when he wanted food and refused to walk on 2 feet even though he could. Eventually, the man who somehow graduated with a doctorate in psychology from Columbia realized that he was ruining his son. So he called the experiment off. The chimpanzee that they treated like a daughter and was part of their family, yeah, they packed her up and sent her away to be part of another experiment. Where she was unalived by pneumonia a few months later.
Wow. All right.
As for Donald, he grew to be an adult and eventually became a doctor, until he deleted himself at the age of 42. And to add insult to whatever seasoned hell this was supposed to be, if you go over to Dr. Kellogg's Wikipedia, he was described as a guy who had no tolerance for those who were unethical.
All right. Now, normally you will hear me say things like, hypocrisy is not the end-all be-all of arguments and validity, but this right here is too egregious to ignore. I was not prepared. I didn't know that existed. That's one of the first times I think I've heard something and have zero reference for it when he started talking.
And to do it to your own baby.
That's the part that gets me. And the tests that he's talking about don't even make sense. What are you testing there?
To do it to a baby, right? Like, in general, that's heinous. I'm not trying to.
But to your own
baby.
I know.
That's your baby.
At least you kind of can understand when they're trying to like disassociate themselves with other people's children.
Yeah.
Maybe when they're not even directly involved in instructing other people to do it. That's hands-on, dude.
That's awful. Ugh. That made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Moral of this video, Thanos should start a GoFundMe. I'm starting to think he was onto something.
Yeah.
I keep telling y'all.
This bullshit, he's a workaholic, and he had a good sense of humor. Describe good sense of humor.
It's the same way they talk about serial killer. He was so charming and well-liked.
Shut up! He was approachable and sympathetic.
Shut up!
One of the best. Fucking
Moral of this video, Thanos should start a GoFundMe. I'm starting to think he was onto something. Some stories just make you want to go off the grid and avoid humanity completely. And while that may not be an option for you with NordVPN, your internet can. Yeah, not my best transition. I'll be better. NordVPN creates encrypted tunnels for your data and protects
I fucking hate this guy.
your identity by hiding your IP address. Like a snow leopard in the mountains, you can observe the world without having to worry about being tracked yourself.
Where's it at? Snow leopard. Where's it at?
Oh, I've seen it before. I don't remember.
Okay, but you're dead. But fuck it, we're both dead.
I would
Where's
die.
it at?
I don't remember where it is.
Don't need to remember. Find it with your eyes.
I can't.
Oh, you can do this. This is life or death.
I don't remember. And I can't see it.
Where the fuck is it?
Where is it? Oh, it's right there.
I see it.
Woo! I'm not gonna tell you where he is. If you haven't seen him by now, just know you've already died twice.
Oh, man.
NordVPN allows you to connect to thousands of different servers across 60 different countries. If you want to watch SpongeBob on Netflix but can't because America loves to gatekeep, just know Australia Netflix will gladly accept you. With NordVPN, you get all the perks of living in the land down under without also having to pay taxes to kangaroos. And without having to check your snakes for toilets. Do you have any idea how dangerous toilets are? Also, Nord servers are super fast, so you never have to feel like a turtle. As in, you never have to feel like you're giving up speed for security. And with NordVPN's threat protection, you can enjoy your online experience with whatever that may be. I really don't judge. Without also having to worry about ads, trackers, or malware. So to protect your data and get the most out of your streaming service, make sure you go to nordvpn.com/casualgeographic to score a huge discount available only for a limited time. And with Nord's money-back guarantee, it's basically risk-free. You want to know what's not risk-free? Having a chimpanzee as a pet. Oh, trust me, this is going somewhere. After this ad, though. Here's why you should never give a chimpanzee Xanax. Sounds like common sense, but apparently it's not that common. Travis was a 13-year-old, 200-pound walking life lesson that lived with his owners in Stamford, Connecticut. He spent his entire life around people and was basically treated as one of them. He would do things like use the family computer, watch baseball on TV, he knew how to open doors with keys, and sometimes he'd drink wine out of a glass after a long day. Everyone knew him, and he would even greet police officers whenever he would see them around in the neighborhood. I want you to remember that for later. Travis even drove a car, and he did it more than once. It's like if this dude was an actual member of society. Now, what would happen in 2009 wasn't out of nowhere. The red flags were there. He once climbed out of his owner's car and held up traffic for hours looking for a man that threw an empty bottle at the car. And there was one incident where Travis bit a woman's hand and tried to drag her into a car. But none of that was as bad as '09. I'm not going to make any jokes because this was honestly one of the most traumatizing things I've ever seen.
All right. I'm going to take a cleanse break. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Am I ready?
Probably not.
I don't think I'm ready.
You can take off your headphones if you need to.
Hold my hand.
I can do that.
Okay.
Hold my hand. Here we go.
Because one day in 2009, Travis left the house with his owner's keys, and the owner and her friend Charlotte Nash tried to get him back. The only problem was Nash used his Tickle Me Elmo to try to bribe him back into the house. And seeing someone else hold his Elmo pissed Travis all the way off. Travis brutally mauled Nash, tearing out her face and limbs and not even stopping when his owner hit him over the head with a shovel. And as the attack got worse, his owner had no choice but to literally stab him in the back. And a literal butcher knife to the back only made Travis angrier. Eventually, police were called. Yeah, the same police from earlier. It took multiple bullets just to get Travis to stand down. Travis limped back to the house, went to his cage, and passed away. The victim survived the attack, but Travis had ripped over 90% of her face off. Like lips, eyes, nose, they were all gone.
So that story I tell about monkeys biting people's face off, that's what the story, that's the whole story. That's the same reference I'm making.
I am telling you right now, do not Google that if you have a weak stomach. Those pictures personally me up for days when I first saw it. At the time, we didn't really know what set Travis.
Yeah, actually, no, like, actually don't do that. If you've never, like, seen them or come across them, like, actually don't do that. Like, not even to be, like, hardcore or whatever. Like, you got the story, that's enough.
Some sources said it was because Charlotte Nash was holding his Elmo. Others say it was because Nash had a different hairstyle that day and that freaked him out. But a toxicology report confirmed that Travis the chimpanzee had Xanax-laced tea the day of the attack. Travis's owner obviously got sued, but then she died of an aneurysm just a year later. It was just bad for everyone involved. But at the end of the day, the lesson here is the chimpanzee never went crazy. The chimp just went chimp.
I think we're going to stop off the chimp story, not get into the chigger story. So here we are at the end of that mauling.
I don't know if I want to end off of that. That was horrifying.
Changed man. I don't like exotic animals as pets, right?
I like the little ones. I like the little ones that go around your finger.
Right, like anything that you could punt, sure, we can make an argument for. But anything bigger than punting size, I don't really support it outright.
You're not gonna punt my little baby.
If he goes on a fucking Xanax-fueled tirade because somebody was holding his little buddy, I'm yeeting him out the window.
I thought Xanax was supposed to chill you out.
Hey man, different strokes for different folks.
Oh, that's right, because that one lady said that Xanax made her say the N-word.
Right, yeah. So, you know, some people get racist, other people get restless. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for joining me on that, my sweet. I had a good time.
This is a terrible date. This is awful.
Do you think of our video shooting like dates?
Kinda. It's the only time I can guarantee that I'm gonna see you. Ayo! My husband doesn't like spending time with me.
We've been playing Hades an obsessive amount, so my gamer score can refute that undeniably. We'll see you guys around. If you got any more happy stories, please.
Yeah, tell us good stories.
Let's find a happy video to do about
animals. We should have known what was going to happen. It's called The Terrifying Truth About Chimps.
It was actually terrifying.
But it actually was terrifying.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. 3, 2, 1.